Hello, this is Mr. Chris, one of your occupational therapists in the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District. Today we're going to draw a simple picture for pre-K and kindergartners, and I will explain to parents and teachers what developmental drawing milestones I am looking for as the occupational therapist. And once you are familiar with the milestones, you can have fun drawing with any age kiddo and keep an eye on the fundamental skills with whatever you're drawing in whatever age group. So I'm going to tell my kiddo we're going to draw a house today. I will make sure they are sitting comfortably in a chair with a table at a height where they can relax their shoulders with their elbows at the sides and they can reach everything on their table. Their non-drawing hand can be placed upon the paper like this to help keep it steady. So, first we will build the walls. Vertical lines are the first tasks that a student will be able to imitate or copy in their pre-writing strokes. Typically, I teach a top-to-bottom sequence because many handwriting curricula suggest sequencing letters from the top to the bottom. And look, my walls are nice and thick and sturdy. I am pushing my pencil firmly onto the paper to make sure the lines are nice and bold. We will look more at hard versus light drawing in a minute. So, we have two walls. And next, we can draw the ground under it. And I will demonstrate it from left to right. Also because this is handwriting convention and also reading convention. So we've given it a ground and let's give it a roof. Beautiful. We have a square, which we may not see kids accurately imitate until 4 years old, but you saw how we strategically drew it with two vertical lines and then two horizontal lines. Now, as for the roof, we may not see triangles until after 5 years old, but we can provide structure by drawing a dot above the house and showing our kiddo how to connect the dot to the corners of the square. That may be easier for them to get all three sides and three corners, and beautiful, we have a triangle for a roof. Truly, what we would expect developmentally after the lines is a circle. So around 3 years old, children are able to imitate circles pretty well. So we can draw a sun up here next, and I am intentionally drawing it counterclockwise, which again is a common handwriting convention. You can use the way that we write a letter C to remember the preferred way, according to handwriting curricula, to write an O or a circle. And I think next to the sun, I will add a few wispy clouds to show that we can draw very lightly with the pencil to make a wispy texture. If your kiddo needs help understanding the wispy texture, you can use your finger to draw on their hand or their arm so they can feel the difference between light and hard. And then, when they can demonstrate this back to you correctly, being able to do light or hard, depending on what you ask them to do, or what they choose to do, then they can transfer this force grading back to the pencil on paper. So I will draw some windows next to practice drawing a square independently. See if they can just do it without the two vertical and two horizontal trick. It's okay if it's a little more circle or blob shaped, because you can always go back and try the other strategy we used earlier, like this. One line down, another line down next to it, and then connect the tops and connect the bottoms. And then we can add some frames into the windows too. All right, it's looking pretty homey so far. So my next challenge for the kiddo is to see if they can stop a line precisely where I want it to. So I'm going to make a door down here, and I don't want the door to break through the ground. I want it to just sit on the ground. So I draw the line down and try to stop it precisely on the ground. All right, so it can swing open and close pretty easily for all of the family and friends to come in and out of the house. All right, the next challenge is a small doorknob. Smaller shapes are more difficult, so if it has to be a little big, that is okay. If they're good at stopping their lines precisely, we can also add a chimney up here, and we can practice stopping the line precisely on the roof. And we can use the smoke to practice more light force grading. Just lightly holding that pencil and scribbling around. All right, a nice little breeze in the air. So I'm going to draw a cartoony looking tree next, which is a good opportunity to get creative with some squiggly curvy lines. So feel free to make this look however you want. I'm going to make these squiggly curvy lines here. And for the trunk, I want to start with some nice straight lines. And then I want them to curve into the ground to show the roots. Straight and curve. And we can add little apples and oranges so that whoever lives in this house has something to eat when they go outside. Great. As for the people, I am pretty much a fan of stick figures. I like to draw a nice big circle so we can see the face inside. Then I give them the body and the legs and the arms and a happy face. So here's my family I'm drawing. There's my dad I drew. Here's my mom. She had kind of curly hair when I was growing up, so this is always how mom's hair looks. And I'm just going to keep drawing the family. So here's me standing next to mom, a little shorter at the time when this picture was taken. And my sister standing over here by my dad. She's also looking happy. She has longer hair than I did, so there's her long hair. And I think I'm going to put on a ball cap here. I'm feeling kind of cool today. And I'm going to use my pencil to just color that in a little bit. Great. So as you can see, we've played around with a lot of different shapes here. You can get creative with drawing birds or little animals or pets next. Everything we've done here has been a great opportunity for lines and circles, triangles, squares, curves, and squiggles, and also bold lines and light lines. And we've even looked at the emotions on the faces. So thank you for playing along, and feel free to deposit any questions or ideas in the comments.